All right, we are live. It is just me today, Jory Goodman, the time teller. Uh, yeah, I'm by myself, but that's okay. Federico is overseas right now. I believe he's at a wedding, so he's out of town. But a lot of people were worried that a Thursday live stream wasn't going to happen. But do not worry, guys, because a live stream on Thursday is always going to happen. So, as you could read by the title, we're going to be talking about Omega Speedmasters. Let's wait for some people to jump in. We already got some of the regulars. McRage, Valen, Germany in the building. Heck yes. Miguel was already in here, man. Dino, Jordan, Matt, what's going on? Croatia, man, in the building. Andrew Owens, what's going on? What's going on? Luke, BT. Ross is in the building. That beard, though. Heck yeah, man. What's up, Jonathan Clark? I'll wait until, closer to 100 people come in, and then we'll jump in on this. Orange County in the building. Yeah, we're neighbors, dude. We're right next door. New York, the Big Apple is in the house. Texas in the house. Manchester. What's going on, Manchester? Watching from Alaska. How's Alaska right now? NorCal. What's up, Ryan? Heck yeah. Belgium's in here. What's that? Why don't we start with this? What's everyone wearing? Because I wanna know what you guys. Let's do a wrist check in the comment section. BT says, I used to have a badass beard like that, and then I got married. See, yeah, you got to get with a girl that is okay with beards. I don't know if my girl's okay with beards, but this isn't coming off, so she needs to deal with it. Dude, we got some Seiko Alpinists in the comment section. Someone's wearing an SKX. Aquaterra. Ooh, New York's wearing a Swatch right now. Dude, we got a few Alpinists in here. Heck yeah. Oh, someone's wearing an Explorer 2, a 42 millimeter. Good choice. A Tissot Le Locle. Very cool. A few people are wearing System 51 swatches. Very cool watch. Bull of a Precisionist. A little bit big for me, but well-made watch. Very accurate. Citizen Nighthawk. Miguel's wearing a Citizen Nighthawk. Very, very sick watch. Love that watch. I have one. If you haven't seen one of my videos on that watch, check it out. One of my first videos. Very, very, very fun. Ryan pretty much only wears his El Primero. That's a good watch to wear, man. Matt Case is wearing a heavily modded SKX. Okay, well, guys, we're at 100 viewers, so hear me out. Let's now talk about what I'm wearing, because let's be honest, this is all about me. I'm kidding. I'm wearing not an Omega Speedmaster. Okay, you guys know my 25th anniversary Omega Speedmaster. I'm not wearing it. You know why? I'm wearing a Seiko Speed Timer in protest of this new limited edition. Now, here's the deal, guys. I'm actually not that upset about this, but everybody's asking me about all these limited editions that Omega has been coming out with, one after another, after another, after another, after another. And yeah, it's getting a little crazy. I don't want to say it's getting out of hand, because it's not like this is negatively really affecting anybody. They're selling these limited editions at huge prices that are just ridiculous. And the only people buying them are the people that, one, either really, really, really like that Omega, and we'll talk about this a little bit and a little bit further in a second, or two, resellers. But again, those resellers aren't going to arbitrarily sell them to a random person. It has to be a person that's like really, really, really looking for that specific Speedmaster. So, okay, Speedy Tuesdays come out. a bunch of other limited editions. Then most recently, the Ultraman reissue. Really cool. I would have loved to get that Omega Speedmaster Ultraman because I'm a huge fan of Ultraman, and I love Speedmasters. But then it was just released, or information that Hodinkee, everybody knows Hodinkee, Omega wanted to celebrate Hodinkee's 10th anniversary with a Speedmaster. And it's very relevant to Hodinkee because Ben Clymer, who is a very knowledgeable watch guy, the leader of Hodinkee, I guess the story behind this is his grandfather gave him an Omega Speedmaster Mark 40. And that's why, if you look at this Hodinkee 10th anniversary limited edition Speedmaster, it's essentially a Omega Mark 40. All right, Austin Lynn, guys, Austin, who's been in my multiple videos, he is in the live stream right now, guys. He's in the comment section. So here's the thing. So here, a few people are saying unlimited edition. Patrick Starkley asks, what are your bots wearing? We actually already did that. I actually already asked all the people I've paid, all the fake accounts, what they're wearing, and then I quickly typed in all the various watches and reference numbers. But okay, so do I like this new Hodinkee 10th anniversary limited edition Speedmaster? Let's be real here, okay? All the copywriting and everything on the press release said it was designed and developed with Ben Clymer. And that's really cool. I'm not taking anything away from Ben Clymer. I'm not taking anything away from Hodinkee as a company. I would love to work with a watch company to develop a watch. So there's no, that's awesome. But let's not, like, no one's fooling anybody here at the same time. There's no big design cues here. It's just essentially a reissue of an Omega Mark 40. Like, let's be honest. And so they should just, I mean, they could have just called it Omega Speedmaster Mark 40 reissue. But of course, they're going to get a lot more interest if they attach Hodinkee's name to it. So very, very cool. Very nice thing that they were able to do with Hodinkee. It's going to make Omega a ton of money, and Hodinkee's obviously going to get a cut. So it's going to help them out. But I want to know what you guys think of it. So in the comment section, please, right now, do you like the idea of them doing this? Does it kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth? Is it insincere? Do you like how this new watch works? I would love to hear from you guys. Now, just personally, the Mark 40 is, I don't want to say it's a controversial Speedmaster, but it is a Speedmaster that you either love or you hate, because the variant they're talking about is the one with the colored dial and the colored subdials. I happen to really, really like that variant of Speedmaster, but I'm not super interested in this reissue because, again, it's a reissue. It looks a whole lot like just a newer, more modern Mark 40. So that doesn't really do anything for me. What I will be honest about is I'm much more drawn to the Ultraman Speedmaster. If I could have pulled the trigger on that, I would have. That thing sold out immediately. And then what a bunch of people are freaking out about with this new Hodinkee limited edition is that apparently it sold out in seconds. In seconds, guys. So people were very, very, very eager to pull the trigger on this Hodinkee watch. So how does that make you guys feel? I'd love to hear from you. Again, this is a topic I would have loved to talk about with Federico. He's not here. I would have waited, but I got so many messages about this that I figured I'd jump on and talk to you guys about it. Sayphone says, cash grab. Jordan Smith asks, people or resellers? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, like who's buying it? Yeah, probably a good amount of the people buying it are resellers. I see what you mean, and yeah, you're right. C4 asks, hey, Jory, how are you? I'm good, dude. Thank you. AK Roger, did this just start? Essentially, we're not that far in. Blue Moons, I can't wait to get a new Daniel Wellington limited edition quality watch. Mark Bronson, well, it is capitalism. Yeah, that's why I don't have an issue with this. If you're able to sell something and make a profit on it, do it. I don't have an issue with that. I want your guys' opinions on how does it look. Do you think it's cool that Omega is working with, watch media companies? On one side, it's very interesting. I'm not comparing myself to Hodinkee, believe it or not. Even though some people have said I look like a more handsome, manlier version of Ben Clymer. It's cool. It's cool. I appreciate it. I'm not comparing myself to Hodinkee, but I am more similar to Hodinkee than I am to Omega, right? I'm a guy that talks about watches. Hodinkee started off as, people that talk about watches. And so seeing a very prolific company like Omega pay attention and acknowledge Hodinkee and then develop a piece with them, it's really cool. I think that's very interesting. If Omega asked me to develop a watch with them, would I turn it down? Probably not. I think that's a very unique opportunity. But again, would I buy that watch? Probably not. Not because it has Hodinkee's name attached to it. I wouldn't buy it because it's overpriced. You could get, an Omega Speedmaster 57 for probably less than that, and that's a way better watch. Also, it doesn't look that interesting to me because it just looks it looks almost exactly like a Speedmaster Mark 40. It is a Speedmaster Mark 40, just a little bit more modern. Reschke says, Jorben Goodmer. Exactly, dude. Siphon says, I agree. You're more masculine, most definitely. Watch Collecting Strategy says, Speedmasters that aren't limited editions will be the future collectibles. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. When a company makes the majority of their watches limited editions, then the base model ones that aren't limited seem to be more limited. Isn't that weird? That's very interesting to think about. Ziggy, how many units produced for this reissue? I actually don't know. I literally don't know how many they made. Ted says, dude, remember, we didn't invent time. We just limited edition. Exactly. Pimpy 1980G says, too much limited edition from Omega. It's going fashion with that much limited edition. Again, I don't know if it's fashiony. It's just, if everything you produce as a company is a special edition or a limited edition, then nothing becomes that special anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like if you have ice cream every night for dinner, it becomes not like ice cream becomes not that special very fast. And I know this from personal experience because when I moved out for college, I was like, I'm an adult now. And I literally had a thing where I called it Ice Cream Tuesdays, and I ate ice cream every Tuesday. And then Ice Cream Tuesdays turned into like Ice Cream Month. And I thought it was really cool, but then I felt like that fat kid from Willy Wonka, and I didn't feel good physically. So that's a little insight on my life that you guys didn't need to know about. So yeah, too many limited editions makes them not that limited and not that special. Reading more comments here, guys. A lot of people are calling this a cash grab. Reschke says we need a limited edition. Limited edition. True. Ted says, sorry, I'd rather own a Grand Seiko over the Omega. Well, yeah, I mean, that's personal preference. I probably would too. If I allocated the money to spend on the Mark 40 reissue, I'd probably just go buy like a Grand Seiko. That's on my list. But Mark Gaines says it's also not available. Exactly. It sold out in seconds, apparently. Also, I mean, there's stories of the sites crashing and everything. Like, people got really upset when the Ultraman reissue came out because the site kept like tweaking out, and people didn't know if they were getting their allocation, and people didn't know if they got their reserve or if they were being put on the wait list or this or that. So when that many people jump in at one time, yeah, it taxes the servers and things get a little wonky. Edwin says it's getting a little bit boring. Well, yeah, I mean, Panerai had this issue where they claimed that like every watch that they are releasing was limited, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, not everything you make can be limited. Craig R, your beard game is next level. What's your secret? Eat your meat, bro. Eat your meat, eat your spinach. I've also been using beard oil lately. It's not stuff that like makes it grow thicker or anything. It's just a little bit, it's like conditioner for your beard. So instead of it curling up and getting really matted, you can like put it in and it comb it out. And it looks nice and healthy. I've been using that. Bubba B, Panerai is overpriced. Yeah, I would agree. Their pricing structure is really wonky. It keeps going higher and higher, and the quality seems to not be getting that higher. Shimmerin, no, that's the butt of a vegan. That's the beard of a vegan. That's the butt of a vegan. Oops. Shimmerin Butt says, nah, that's the beard of a vegan. Definitely not a vegan. Ronald Yap says, love you, bro. Love you too, bro. Jalo says, so you hate Omega? Yeah. Oh, okay. People asking what the time is. So it is 12:18 p.m. Let's get down to business. Wasi Ahmed says, how much can you lift being a powerlifter? And what's your diet for such strength? Go follow me at the Time Away channel. Link is in the description of this live stream right now, and you can see for yourself. Chad Meyer, limited watches are like Instagram models. Okay, Reed, longtime viewer. So beyond Omega limited editions, do you think Omega has too many styles? My cat chimed in. All right, so here's the issue with this. So when they came out with the new, this was like a year ago. Hey. Hold on, let's see if Seiko wants to be in the live stream. Everybody say hi to Princess Seiko. She's still a baby. She's not even 1 year old yet. Her birthday is November 4th. So say hello to her. Okay, so about a year ago, when Omega came out with all the new variants of the Aquaterra, I was like, okay, this is kind of sounding like the Presage, like Seiko Presage stuff. Like they're making a ton of these. They're making borderline too many of these. So do Reed, to answer your question, yes. I think they're coming very close to having too many offerings of watches. I mean, you just type in, like very generally, if you type in Omega Speedmaster and you do an image search, There are so many, and it's not even that summer vintage. It's like within the last 5 years, there are so many different Speedmasters. It is crazy. Um, so yeah, it's borderline too much. But what do you guys think? Everyone's saying hi to Seiko. Seiko's actually above a Grand Seiko. It's a model that only I can get. Blue Moon says Princess Seiko has a 7S26 movement, outdated but rugged. You're being blocked, bro. I'm blocking you. I'm just kidding. Shimmerin, have you got the live stream bug? Kind of. I've been live streaming a lot lately because I see its value. I can talk to you guys in real time and I can answer your questions. Also, I only really started live streaming about 2 months ago. So I'm very new to this. But Thursdays, we do live streams with Federico. People, make time to watch this. And I don't, just because Federico had other obligations, I don't want to disappoint you guys that have expected this content at 12 o'clock on Thursday. So if you don't mind, I'm going to keep live streaming. Also, another thing that I found to be very fun is people have been really liking when my watch rants are live. So I've been doing that on Fridays too. So yeah, a bit more live streaming than I used to, but I used to never live stream. So anything is more than nothing. Andy, what brands do not have too many limited editions? A lot of brands don't have too many limited editions. Unfortunately, Seiko is there. Seiko has too many limited editions already. It's a bummer because the watches they make limited are like really incredibly desirable watches. Shimmerin, we love live streamings, especially Saturday morning at your happy place. Oh yeah, and I did that Saturday live stream. I might do a Seiko Saturday live stream, but that would be like 3 live streams, like in a row. That'd be crazy. Craig R, why only 7 likes? Come on, people. Yeah, dude, there's almost 200 people in here. All right, and there's only 7 likes. I didn't know that. Craig, thank you. Get that like number up. All right, seriously, 7 likes. There's 199 people here. Let's bump those likes up. Come on. Disrespect. Thoughts on the Seiko Shippo, the new Presage? I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I actually prefer the original blue enamel, but the one with the texturing is really cool too. I think that's really cool. Murad Kaid says, dude, what's up? Murad says, show them your singing talent. Not right now, bro. John L says, too many live streams. John's kind of a troll though, because he told me he was complaining about a bunch of other stuff in another live stream. I forgot. Tim liked it. How's my cat doing? Really well. She was actually just on camera. You never told us why you had the poll in the background. You need to tell us. I don't know if you guys are ready for that. I think, okay. Nacho says, I think Seiko is a bit overrated if you compare it to Orient. Not at all. I'm so sick of that. Oh, Seiko's overrated. Okay, name a watch company that has so much reach or as much reach as Seiko. Okay, name a watch company that can offer quality pieces from anywhere under $100 to over 6 figures. All right, name one. Name a watch company that has more firsts than Seiko's. First automatic chronograph in space. Okay, or I'm sorry, first automatic watch in space. First automatic chronograph, period, brought to market. First quartz watch. I mean, come on, overrated? You're going to talk about the company that made the first automatic chronograph? Overrated? You're going to talk about the company that made the first quartz watch? Overrated? I don't know about that, man. What's my grail car? Dino asks. I've said this before. Porsche 911 RS America. Guards red. I think the new Aquaterra is overpriced at 5,100 euros. Probably that sounds overpriced for an Aquaterra, but I'd have to see which one you're talking about. Michael, what's up, Chi-Town, Chicago? Just going over more comments, guys. Papa Shark, Seiko killed the Swiss watch industry. I don't. In one way they did, in one way they didn't, though. I mean, they definitely did. They built things that led the way. They were revolutionary and visionaries. So them developing the first quartz watch, although that kind of did hurt the Swiss watch industry, it also helped the Swiss watch industry because they were able to then, do quartz watches. I'm Zango. Why do you dislike replicas? Because replica is just a nice way of saying fake. Why would you want a fake anything? I don't get it. It's just fake. Guys, chime in the comment section. That's it. Kind of a simple question for me. Like, all of us feel it when we hear of like replica watch, and like our stomachs, we like feel like kind of rage. But it's hard to explain. Like, I feel like it should be obvious why you shouldn't buy a fake watch, but to some people it's not. So guys, in the comment section, help me out. Andy, what's the best watch for jiu-jitsu? I don't wear a watch during jiu-jitsu, actually. Number one, because I don't want to hurt someone with it, but number two, it also would give someone something to grab on to, and I don't want them to have anything to grab onto. Papa Shark, wearing a snowflake right now. Love you, Jory. You the man. Your cat is the man. Your channel is the man. You're the man, Papa Shark. I love you too. Hans, question, does the giveaway allow for worldwide entries from a slightly nervous Dutch viewer? Yeah, you wrote that same exact question on my Instagram, and I replied to you, and I said yes. Andy says, I don't want to eat a replica sandwich. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know how to. I've made I think 2 episodes already talking about why you shouldn't wear fake. It's even hard for me to say it. Fake watches. um, but like I don't want to spend time on this live stream thinking on how to like articulate it effectively. Okay, so people tend, and this is generally speaking, people tend to gravitate towards these luxury brands because uh, of not just the watch itself, but also what the watch says. Okay, when you acquire these nice luxury accessories, there are some things that go along with them. It denotes, hard work, sacrifice, saving up for these things. Um, and when you wear those, it's not about what other people think. Okay, it's not about what other people think. It's about what you think of yourself. It's about self respect. So when I save up for a watch and I buy a watch, every time I look at that watch, it's a little trophy for myself. Um, might sound superficial, but again, I don't care what anybody else thinks of me. It's about my own respect towards myself. And I look at that watch and it reminds me of what I did to acquire it. Um, now, why would you buy, for we'll just say, fake Rolex Submariner, because that's one of the most commonly counterfeited watches? Why would you buy one of those when every time you wear it, you know it's not the real thing? And it doesn't really denote any of those positive attributes that you would normally feel. Does this make sense? I'm trying to articulate it um, with some tact. I'm not just like, I could just say fake watches suck, but um, yeah, does that make sense? Elliot says, I get you. Blue Moons, have you done a wristwatch check, Jory? If not, I didn't catch it. Yeah, I'm wearing a speed timer. BT says, dude, if you could have one badass indie watch, what would you get? Like a micro brand? Probably a Boulder Expedition. It's one of my favorite micro brand watches I own. Tim Lara says, fake watches are to impress other clueless people. Jerry, homage versus replica. I don't like either, but I would rather someone wear an homage than a straight up fake. Let's see. Oh, you mean like true independent watchmakers? Like, well, some of these guys you listed aren't fully independent. Well, okay, yeah, we'll go with FP Jordan. FP Jordan's really badass. I don't like all of his stuff, but um, really impressive. Victory Pants says homage is a replica with a different logo. Sometimes yes, I see what you're saying, but sometimes no. There are other watches that I think are definite homages, but they pull it off a little bit more delicately. It's not like Invicta Pro Diver. Ugh. Steve, jujitsu or watches, if you had to choose one, that's ridiculous. They're so different. I'm not even going to answer that. Pimpy, yo, come on, man. You missed my question 5 times. Maybe I don't want to answer it, dude. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. What do I think about Swatch leaving Basel? I kind of made an episode. I kind of referenced this before. Um, I think they have. I think they're spreading themselves thin anyway. I think they're trying to shake the pot when it comes to Basel World. Let's see what they have in store. I mean, it's really interesting because of how many brands they have, and they're all pulled out. Um, I don't know that like I don't know what they have in store for the future. Steve Hong, you look more serious today compared to last weekend. Is everything okay? Everything's fine. Believe me, everything's a okay. Um, Dale is in the live stream. What's going on, man? Thoughts on shutting down atomic clock radio signal? I got a ton of people writing to me about that. Um, I need to. I'm gonna. I actually thought that was gonna be my watch rant for tomorrow, so I don't want to talk about it that much today. Um, but yeah, it is really weird and interesting. Andy says, I like knowing someone spent time thinking about and designing a watch I'm wearing, not just copy and paste and swap a logo. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. I mean, I don't like homages, not because they're trying to be something else, but just because they're not that terribly original. It's just David Foster. What's going on, man? He loves vintage Omegas. Good choice. Me too, man. Where is the cat T-shirt? Shram says. I love that shirt, but it reminds me of Ari, and Ari passed away in February, and it makes me really sad. So I don't wear it that often. Reshki, not sure if you've answered this before, but why the simple consultant? Because I'm a business consultant. Um, Also, though, the time teller was taken on Instagram. There's other people that have like time teller or the time teller, and then I was just like, screw it. Elliot, no neighbors, bro. Papa Shark, how much time have you told? All of it. Joseph, what's your opinion on Dan Henry watches? I'm not a fan of Dan Henry watches at all. BT doesn't Ari mean lion in Hebrew? Yes, and that's exactly why I chose that name. Grand Seiko Peacock versus Snowflake. They're both beautiful watches. Um, it's up to you. It has to. What I will say is the Peacock doesn't have spring drive. So if you want spring drive, you go Snowflake. If you want a high beat movement, that's not a spring drive, then you go with the Peacock. Favorite submission? Um, People tend to try to go low with me from the start, so I just get them in a guillotine like immediately. I got 2 taps yesterday because people weren't learning their lessons, and I got back-to-back guillotines. I always go for the throat, and if I shoot a triangle and you're not, and I can't get your throat, then I'm gonna get your arm. So Jory, are you a Western? Kimura is sick too, but if I had guillotine all day, if I can. Um, People, okay, a lot of people ask me if I'm Persian. I'm not Persian at all. Hey, Jory, is that vodka in a jar? No, it's water in an Nalgene. People are asking me a bunch of MMA questions. I don't watch that much MMA. I'm not a big UFC guy. I don't really care about that stuff. But I love jujitsu. So, have any favorite American built watches? Man, these are all very good topics for other videos. Honestly, old Hamiltons. Papa Shark, Peacock, or Snowflake, because both are really nice. I literally, some was that you? I literally just answered that question. I love both, but Snowflake has the spring drive movement. Peacock has a high beat movement that's not spring drive, so it has to go with both. Um, I mean, Ari's not exactly lion in Hebrew, more like a nickname. The name lion is Ra, pronounced Ra. Yeah, dude, I'm American and I speak English. You don't have to teach me about like other things. So silly. Um, Noah, I'm Ashkenazi. Yeah, I'm Ashkenazi and Sephardic. Actually, I'm both. How tight do you wear watches? Good question. Um, when it gets hot, I mean, I have a rule. You should be able to stick your finger through the strap. All right. Um, and I can actually put this the whole way around if I try, but it shouldn't be like sliding around. Now, obviously, when it gets hotter, you wear the watch a little bit looser. Seiko Samurai, are they good watches? I'm sure they're good. Not a huge fan of the Seiko Samurai though. It's probably my least favorite modern Seiko. Andre, why jujitsu and not Krav Maga? Because like 90% of fist fights end up on the ground, and so I'd rather be able to know what to do in that situation. Alex, when's the next video with Federico? I think he comes back next week. Just joined. What are you wearing? Seiko 6139 speed timer. Can any mechanical chronograph be damaged by pressing reset while running? I think it would depend, but they make flyback chronographs that can do that. That are made to be able to do that, just like what you're talking about. Do you do Gremlin, Keg? Do you do strongman or powerlifting? Yeah, dude. Follow me on Time Away. Uh, it's so weird. I feel like I mentioned that stuff a lot on this channel. Must be a fairly new subscriber. Yeah, super into powerlifting, dude. And Ree is now spamming the comment section with menorahs. He's done this before. He won't answer about Bulova. I don't know why. I've asked twice. Sayphone, I know I've acknowledged you a few times in this chat. There's other people in the chat also that I have to acknowledge. Bulova, um, I've made multiple videos on Bulova. I think in general they're a good company. They don't have any modern things that I'm interested in currently, aside from the Lunar Pilot. The Lunar Pilot is the best thing on their roster right now. Am I in the 1,000 pound club? Um, do you mean in my total? Because my total, yeah, I was in the 1,000 pound club like a decade ago. But I don't have a 1,000-pound single lift. As far as my raw total, yes, I'm very well into the 1,000-pound club. How often do you trim your beard? I go to the barbershop every other week. What's wrong with Ree? I don't know if anything's wrong with him. It's just he sometimes comes into my live streams and brings up the fact that I'm Jewish. I'm fine with that. It is true. 3 best lifts. Well, I am a power lifter, so there are really only 3 lifts, and that's squat, deadlift, and bench press. Hans, have you had any interesting encounters with viewers? The only one I can think of recently was like I've told the story a bunch of times. The funniest encounter I've had in person with a viewer was when I was at a small restaurant in Little Tokyo, and then I left, and like I woke up the next morning with a message on Instagram, and he was like, this guy was like, "Yo, were you at this restaurant at this time?" Like, right. And I was like, "Yes." He's like, "Oh my God, I was sitting right next to you and I couldn't believe it was you. And you were like at a normal people restaurant. It was like some ramen shop." But it was flattering, but it made me chuckle. It's because like, yeah, dude, of course I'm at a normal people restaurant because I'm normal. So that was a funny interaction. What oil do you use for your majestic beard? Oh, I, I forgot what it's called. Redkin Brews. It's called Redkin Brews. Um, my barber just gave it to me, and it smells nice, and it's getting compliments. So I guess it's working. Michael Powell, Mobile One, full synthetic, actually. Yeah. What's up, Italy? See, a bunch of questions. Have you almost broken a watch while weightlifting? No, not yet, actually, because I typically wear G Shocks. So broken my phone. People have dropped weights on my gym bag, and my phone has been crushed. That's happened. Um, but yeah, guys. So I think the Seiko Alpinist will appreciate. Maybe if they wait as long as they have with the white dial Alpinist, like that thing, people bid on it in the thousands and thousands. So maybe if they wait, it could, but I wouldn't buy one as like a long-term investment. I would buy one because it's a cool watch, and I'd rather have one now at the prices they are now versus having to bid on one, um, you know, for even more money in the future. Do I prefer bracelets or straps? Depends on the watch. Honestly, it depends on the watch. Um, but yeah, guys. So thank you so much for joining me. We've oh my, it's almost been an hour, guys. It's almost been an hour. These crazy. We just lose track of time. So yeah, guys. Again, no issue with Hodinkee or Ben Clymer. My main issue is the fact that I feel like they almost rested on their laurels here. Omega says that they designed and developed a 10th anniversary with Ben Clymer. Really, it's just a modern Omega Speedmaster Mark 40. Feel like they could have done more, especially with the prices they're asking. Not super special, sold out in seconds. Yeah, it's. I don't want to say it's a bummer because again, they're not really hurting anybody, but just kind of unimpressive, kind of lackluster. It's just a modern Mark 40, so whatever. They're gonna sell it, people are gonna buy it, and that's how it works. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you again so much for 50,000 subscribers. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. Again, I do have a giveaway going on right now. Click the links in the description, and that'll show you how to enter the giveaways. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Simple Consultant, because that's how you're going to enter one of the giveaways. And follow me at my other channel, the Time Away channel. People have been asking for a Q&A with my girlfriend Connie on the other channel. Would that be something you're interested in? Love to hear from you guys. We might do it. And yeah, super excited. Here's to 50,000 more. I want to thank each and every one of you. Thanks so much for joining in. We're going to do a watch rant tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. You guys rock, each and every one of you. And yeah, people are asking for the Q&A with my girlfriend. So, whoop, heck yeah. Okay, it'll happen. All right, guys. You guys crack me up. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. And always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.